Hello, troopers, and welcome back to the 501st Com Chatter. I'm Will, and I'm joined by my co-host.
Hello, hello, guys.
Hope you are having a wonderful week. Yeah. Also, happy Valentine's Day for yesterday to any of you that are celebrating it with partners and stuff. We had a very good couple of days and a nice little Valentine's Day, didn't we?
We did. Yep,
So yeah,
very nice.
very nice. We got each other some gifts.
We did.
We got some of those pictures to show you. I'm very happy with mine. I hope you're happy with yours.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, so today's episode, we're going to be focusing on actors and actresses that we have lost, sadly, in Star Wars. And we're going to talk a little bit about like why we like their characters, their off, what they did outside of Star Wars. Like it might be other roles they played or stuff like that. And yeah, we're just going to be talking about them. We've chosen two people each. Um, and yeah, we probably might do another part to this because there has been a few over the years that we've sadly lost. But yeah,
Yeah.
um, start things off on a more positive note. Shall we show some of the news?
Yes.
I'll let you show this one because
Okay.
this one is relevant to you.
To me.
To you.
Da-da-da. So they announced this week that on May 3rd, which is also my birthday, they're going to be showing The Phantom Menace in theaters because it's the 25th anniversary. So yeah, it's very similar to like when they showed Return of the Jedi last year.
That poster is very similar, isn't it?
Yeah. So they've made a poster which we've got up on the screen. So it's got like Darth Maul in the background. We've got Padme when she was queen. We've got Padawan, Obi-Wan, and Qui-Gon Jinn, and then like Tatooine and little Anakin.
It's very good.
It's a very, very good poster. This one, I love like that recreations of the posters. They're really cool.
They are honestly, their posters are brilliant that they've been coming out with. Like, if you guys can see this, you've got like Naboo with the blockade on the left. You've got like the ship, the Padme's ship.
Yeah.
And then down at the bottom here, you've got the sort of pod racing, and then Anakin's like house and that.
Yeah, and the twin sons.
It's just very well done. Even like Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan look fantastic. Like
it does look so cool. Every saga has a beginning.
Yeah. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing this film in the cinema again.
Yeah. I've never actually seen this one in the cinema.
I think I did, but I think I was like, well, I would have been like 4 when this came out, so I'd have been very young.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and it's on your birthday as well, so that's your birthday night sorted. We're gonna go to the cinema.
Yep.
But again, like I said, the poster is very much like the Return of the Jedi one from last year. I really like that one. You actually bought me it because they were offering the poster with every viewing that you would go to.
Yeah.
They didn't have any that when we went and saw it, and it was literally like an A4 size anyway. So it was like it's a bit rubbish. Yeah. So you actually bought me a very nice one. So I'm looking forward to getting that up at some point. But I do like this one. I think it's very good, and I think it tells the story of it very much.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Very cool. I really like it.
Very nice. These ones I had to. This one I had to put on because it is actually one of my favourite pictures recently.
Mm-hmm.
Empire have announced like a new, like, we all got taken. Advantage of by Empire magazine.
This was when they said like there's going to be a big announcement at 4:00 tomorrow, and then it's like, hello there. And everyone, including me, thought, is this a Kenobi season 2? Like, why else would they put hello there? like that's Kenobi's iconic line.
And it literally was like everyone was talking about it.
Yeah.
You know, everyone was like, are they announcing like first showing of the Acolyte?
Yeah.
Are we, because it's Empire, because obviously that might have been what that was.
Yeah.
Are we getting, you know, a Bad Batch something, Kenobi season 2?
Yeah.
And then they go and
then it was like, here's some magazines.
yeah. Now
like,
Empire have done basically, there's like 2 covers celebrating the prequels of the prequels, you know, plain and simple. There's 2 covers. There's one with like the heroes on it.
Yep.
So it's like Kenobi, Padme, I think Mace Windu's on it, I think Yoda's on it.
Yeah.
And then there's a villains cover with like Palpatine, Grievous, Dooku, Anakin on the dark side. So I'll be honest, the covers do look cool. They look cool, and I might get one because it's like, you know, to remember, you know, the time of celebrating the prequels.
Yeah.
But one thing I will say they have done, they've done 2, or I've seen 2 photos from the magazines, and they are incredible. So I don't know if you've seen this one. There's the Vader one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Hayden Christensen, and he's like all in black, and he's like looking at the camera, and his shadow is Vader. Yeah. Very iconic.
It's very similar to like the one they did with episode 1 Anakin.
Yeah.
And then the Vader reflecting on the background.
That's again
so cool.
But then I also saw this one. Now, I know it doesn't look like a lot, but I really like this one. You know, it's such a simple photo.
Yeah.
It's Palpatine in black. You know, it's Ian McDiarmid, sorry, in like all in black, looking off, like just off to the distance.
Yeah.
And he's got one of those like blue electric balls. And it's like his lightning. And I'm just like, it's so cleverly done. I really like this photo. It's awesome. But yeah, we all got fooled by Empire, but I guess we've got some good photos.
We do, yeah.
So
I think this is a very cool photo. But I think the Hayden with the Vader is like my favourite.
Yeah, I definitely can understand that. But yeah, so we got this one, and now we're going on to our Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So we got some stuff for each other, and we got it's loaded now. Sorry, we're having a problem with it loading up, but there you go. There's the Hayden one.
Yay.
So
this is my favorite one, but yeah,
I can see. I can see why.
Like he's all in black, and his boots are even like shiny like Vader's.
Can bloody see the boots. There we
go.
Look at those shoes. What are those?
But yeah, I think like he's got the big baggy coat on, which looks kind of like a cave pattern. I really like it.
Yeah, I've met those two as well. So
I know.
They're happy. But yeah, no, this is very good.
Very cool. So I got Will this Valentine's cookie. So it's like a giant cookie that had like icing on it. So I ordered this for him, and both of us ate it. So technically, it's for both.
It was for us, but can I just say it is absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Yeah, and I thought it'd be funny because I also got him these little figures. So I got him Fives and Echo from the vintage collection. He'll show you guys. If we just close the window
down so you guys can see.
There, yeah.
So yes, these are the two that I was like wanting for like a while, you know, like. So we got Fives, ARC Trooper 5s, and we got ARC Trooper Echo. So these two now can go with Rex and like the 501st Trooper,
the 332nd,
Hauser, and the Reg.
You get a little army of vintage collection figures.
But they are very good. The
Yeah.
card art is Thames' face on the 5s,
hmm
but the heads are the Clone Wars ones. I believe they're from the
Yeah.
Clone Wars as well.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but so
And Fives does have his little 5 tattoo.
he does.
And Echo's got like his little handprint on him, and they look so detailed, and I love them.
They do look very good, and when you see them stood side by side, it is really sort of clear to work out which one's which.
Yeah.
I know the helmets are a little bit similar, but yeah, no, that it's very good, and I'm very happy with them.
Yeah.
Um,
So I decided to do this funny picture that was like, like if Anakin got sent a Valentine's gift from Padme, like if the Five first found out about it and were like, "Who sent this to General Skywalker?" It says it's from Senator Amidala. Like,
I like it.
I thought it'd be funny.
It
So,
is. I love it.
there you go.
I think it's great.
I made my own meme of the week.
Yes, we should have put this as meme of the week.
Yeah, it says it's from Senator Amidala. I thought it was funny, but yeah,
But I will also say as well that cake was incredible. Like cookie
the
was
cookie.
incredible.
Yeah, like it because it's got icing, but we
It
keep
tasted like a cake,
We keep calling it a cake, but it was a cookie.
but it pretty much is a cake with the icing on it. And it was really funny because like last night we were just sort of chilling. We had 2 slices left, and we were like, we're gonna save it, have them for tomorrow. And then the evening went on a bit, and I was like,
Yeah.
Can you pass me my slice of the cookie? And then you're like, I'm gonna have it.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, for the record, we did get this before Valentine's Day, so we didn't eat it all yesterday. No.
Over 2 days.
Yeah, it was
Between the
over
two.
it was over a couple of days, but
It's
Yeah.
so
it was very good.
so good. But yeah, I'm very happy with that.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy with my little figures as well.
Yeah.
So shall we continue?
Yes.
We
So
so this is what
So you can see on here like the backing card. So I think the Echo one, it's just his helmet, but
Yeah.
as you can see on Fives, it is Tem as Fives. So that's cool. So I got this nice little gift bag with some tissue paper, and these are the 2 figures. Up, oh, there you go. You can see them. And then I also got
This is very
a
nice.
nice little Padme and Anakin card from episode 2, because I mean I love Padme, and this was like the version of her that I dressed up as. So there's kind of we both love Anakin and Padme,
Mhm.
and they're like the love story of Star Wars. So
I
thought it
know
was
some
only
people will
fitting.
say Han and Leia, but
Yeah.
no.
I mean, for me, I prefer Anakin and Padme to Han and Leia.
What about Hera and Kanan? That was
Still
quite...
Anakin and Padme, 100%. I know, like, I'm probably offending some people, but like, Anakin and Padme are like my favorite characters in Star Wars, so nothing's gonna top them
That's fair.
for me. But yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it was cute.
It's very cute. We're very happy with it.
So I got this and a cookie.
Well, you got us the cookie.
Yeah, I know.
So this is what
And you surprised me with these.
I got. Chloe.
So I know the flowers, they're not Star Warsy, but they're Lego, and all you guys know that we love Lego because we have the
So many.
Venator. Like we have the Venator, we've got the Rex head, we've got the tank. I've got a bunch.
We've got the Bad Batch
Yeah.
set. We got the BD
There's so many.
one. We've got lots.
So many.
But they're here in the background.
Yeah, we got the flowers in the background. So I built these yesterday, and they were so fun to build. And
And one thing, and another funny thing as well, is with them in the vase, they look very realistic.
they do.
Like Chloe showed a picture of the flowers to someone today.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Wait, hang on." Like they had to look at it again
Yeah, they're like
because they didn't realize.
that's normal flowers.
They're like, "That's not real. That's
They're
That's
like, what do you
Lego.
mean it's Lego? And I'm like, Yeah, it's like a velvet.
Oh, no, that's bloody realistic.
Little roses. Yeah.
And yes,
And
your
then
main present as well.
You got me the Loungefly box. So I know I showed my Loungefly bag at Christmas. This one. Uh, there you go. This one I showed you guys at Christmas,
A
which
whole-
I've been using like every day. But on the back, it has this Vader scene from episode 3, because that's all the scenes on it is episode 3.
Mhm.
But then, what's on the purse? It's the same picture.
But I like the other side,
But-
to be honest.
On the other side, we have Commander Cody execute Order 66.
I really
Which
like
one's
that
quite cool.
side, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, this side, my only complaint with it is you can't see Palpatine because he's covered by the Loungefly logo.
True. I think they could have done a better picture there for
They-
that
they-
one.
Yeah, they
Maybe
could've,
like the Venators or something in space.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think they could have moved it along a bit, maybe, or like I don't know, maybe done it that side. I'm not sure,
but
but I really like how it matches the bag, like the same picture.
yeah, but even
So-
like the other side as well, though. So
Yeah.
it's like you got like that. And
Yeah,
then it's
because I
like,
feel like this is like missing off the bag because Order 66 is like the main thing.
yeah.
So like, I'm glad that they added this scene on something. I love that. But yeah, now I've got my Revenge of the Sith bag and purse collection.
Very good.
Yes.
So yeah,
Should I show them the
yes.
I know this is not Star Warsy at all, but like they do look really cool, and like they look like real flowers from far away, don't they? So
Yeah. So we just bought like a cheap vase. and then
Yeah.
just put them in
yeah.
there. Very good.
Back in the background.
Okie dokie. All right. I believe that is it for like news and that.
Yep.
I think.
Our personal
Um,
news and the news in the media.
Oh, and I know everyone's probably knows this already,
Oh,
but next Wednesday, Bad
Bad
Batch.
Batch. Yeah, it's literally less than a week now.
Yeah, next
So-
Wednesday. So
Crazy.
by the time, see, at least we know what we're doing for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So next week's
But
episode,
next week there's gonna be three episodes?
episodes.
So yeah, I don't know how we're gonna do it. Whoever's just gonna be like a longer episode.
It might be a longer episode, and we just talk about all three
I don't know.
because, yeah, we have to. Because otherwise, we're going to be delayed talking about
Yeah.
like the next episode.
Yeah.
So as you can
There's a
tell,
lot.
next week's episode, we are back with the Bad Batch episode breakdowns.
And we did spend Valentine's watching the Bad Batch,
Yeah, we
so
are
we're like
on-
catching up
yes.
because. I mean, I forgot what happened, to be honest. So I need to like recap, and then we're fresh in with the new
Yeah. So
series.
yeah,
next
when
week.
this podcast ends tonight, we're going back and watching the rest
Finishing
of season 2.
season 2. Yep.
I cannot wait. It's going to be so good.
Also, there's been
Mm-hmm.
some Lego news, hasn't there? Not like
yes,
official.
well, it is
but
official, but it's like
rumours.
the promos.
Yeah, so like,
So-
do you know May the 4th, where they do like, I know a couple of years ago they had like a Beskar keyring. It's like gift with purchases. So
And the more
There.
you spend, the bigger the reward. So
okay,
there's like 3 tiers.
Yeah.
So this year, tier 1 is a droid carrier set, which is like comes with like 8 to 9 battle droids.
Yep.
Like in the little container like carrier thing, which is quite cool.
hmm
Tier 2 is R2, you know, the like Venator UCS patches.
Yep.
It's like R2D2 patch, and I think it's like the 25th anniversary patch as well.
Yeah.
So I think that's those 2.
that'd be cool.
And then I believe tier 3, which is the like expensive one.
Yeah.
I think, or is it might be the other way round.
Yeah.
But tier 3 is the polybag. So we don't know who's going to be in it, but apparently it's going to be a polybag. Well, You know,
Imagine if it's like a Revan.
it could be.
Mm.
If it's a Reverend, God help you.
Ah.
Because if you remember some of these May 4th promos, you know,
Mhm.
you've had the one with the like Ghost Trooper, or you know, the Shadow Trooper,
Mhm.
free, but it's now
It's
worth like 300
so
quid.
much money. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yep.
So yeah, that's something to look forward to.
Crazy.
So there's the other side of
Yeah.
the bus. So yes,
Let's get
we
into today's episode.
are talking about actors, actresses that we've lost in Star Wars.
Yeah. It's a bit of a sad one, but
it is,
also
but it's
we're
also nice to talk about them and
Yeah.
you know, remember them, because
honouring
obviously
them. And
last week we lost Carl Weathers.
we did. Yeah.
So I've picked two. Chloe's picked two.
Yeah.
So going to start us off. We'll talk about Ray Stevenson.
Mhm.
This was one of my choices because I really like Ray in terms of like Baylan Skoll's become, you know, a fan favorite and a favorite of mine anyway. She was born on the 25th of May, 1964. He died 21st of May, 2023, last year.
Mhm.
Literally just over a month after Celebration, like
Yeah.
a month and 10 days after Celebration, basically. A bit sad. I mean, especially for me, because I know I'm not the only one who was at Celebration, but you know, I was at Celebration and I saw him on stage, and at the time, it was really, I felt a little bit sorry for him at the time, because he came out on stage with Lars Mikkelsen, and it's like everyone got excited when these two came out, but it was mainly because Lars Mikkelsen had just been
Thrawn.
announced as Thrawn, as like person playing Thrawn.
Mm.
So obviously Thrawn has come out on stage and everyone's like, oh my god, it's Lars Mikkelsen, it's Thrawn. No one really got excited for Ray Stevenson. But I do, you know, at the end of the day, if it was now, he would get just as much of as an applause
100%.
because of his role as Baylan and the fact that everyone has just fallen in love with this character. You know, he's such a great, dark, and like, you know, just really good character that everyone's just so happy.
Like he's a really different bad guy to a lot of bad guys that we've seen.
He's a bad guy, but not a bad guy.
Yeah, like he has a sort of good side to him. Like he's not.
He's
inconvenient, but also not incredibly evil. Like, you know, he has his ways.
Yeah. So there's this, for example, and so it was like at this Celebration, it was also revealed that he was playing someone called Baylan Skoll.
Yeah.
And in an interview with Dave Filoni, Dave was speaking about Ray Stevenson's character, and he said Stevenson was like, I don't think so. I'm like, okay, I appreciate that you don't think so, and Baylan wouldn't think he's the villain, but you are a villain in this. So basically saying, he was like, I don't want to be the bad guy. But it's like, you are, but Baylan doesn't think he is as well. And I don't think he is as well. And I'm just very curious to what they're going to do with his character, you know, now that, you know, he's obviously not going to be around. And I think they have announced this and said that like he won't be recast. And I think that's the right decision.
Yeah.
I think it would be it would give out the wrong message if you were to recast you know, Baylan.
Yeah.
But yeah, another thing, his death was never officially revealed as to what the cause was. He was hospitalized on the set of a film that he was filming over in Italy. But again, nothing has come out with that, and I don't think it will. And at the end of the day, I don't think it's that important. You know, at the end of the day, he's just no longer with us. You know, so Very sad. Couple of roles that he did that you guys probably know him in. He played Volstagg in the Thor films. I think he was in 1, 2, and 3 because I think they killed his character off in Ragnarok. Also know that he voiced Gar Saxon in Clone Wars and Rebels.
Oh yeah.
Which, which is quite interesting because when you think back to it, I know it sounds weird, but it's like Ray Stevenson's character he's played a character that has spoken to Sabine Wren and played a character that was defeated by Sabine Wren in the Rebels but wasn't killed by her. So he's played two characters that has interacted with Sabine. It's quite funny though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not often you can think of somewhere where someone's played two characters and had an interaction with the same with a single character. One thing that I will say about Ray is when you look at the films and the shows that he's been in, it's quite funny because he has been in films that you recognize, but you don't realize he was in those films.
Yeah.
So, for example, the Divergent series, the trilogy, he was in those. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I had no idea until looking this up. G.I. Joe Retribution. He was Firefly in that. Had no idea. Again. Now, this one, I will say, I know it's not Star Wars, but I did really like this.
Yeah.
So I found out while doing this research, he was the lead in one of my all-time favorite zombie films called Outpost, and it's to do with this old bunker where there's German soldiers from World War II that have become zombies, and I really like that film. I love it, but again, I didn't know he was in it. So, and he's been in a load of other stuff as well, and very sad that he's not around anymore to continue playing Balin because there's so much that they could do with him as a character.
Yeah.
And I think as well, I would really like if they are doing we are getting Tales of the Jedi season 2, but if we are getting a season 3, maybe, I would like to see them do what was Balin doing during the Clone Wars, and because that would be really good to see. Because again, we've mentioned it before. There's some really good fan arts of a younger Balin with his clones, and I just think it'd be something quite interesting.
Yeah, and also how he knew Anakin and stuff as well.
Where he was everyone in the Order knew Anakin.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think we've worked it out that he would have been around the age of Anakin.
Yeah.
Because when you think this is 9 years after Return of the Jedi, and Anakin was in his 40s or something when he died. So I think he would have been around the age of Anakin. So I would like to see a Tales of the Jedi Balin story, in my opinion. But yeah, that's Ray Stevenson. Sadly, no longer with us.
Yeah.
Your one is
Carrie Fisher. So I'm going to be talking about Carrie Fisher. So I found out some interesting facts about her, and I'm also gonna just do a few honorable mentions about some of her iconic quotes and iconic scenes that she's done. So yeah, just cover a little bit of everything really.
It's fun. Let's go.
So she was 60 when she died. So she was born in 1956, but she died in 2016.
It feels so long ago.
I know. Yeah. I know. I don't know. I feel
well, it is 8 years ago. So
to me, it feels like yesterday that she died, like, but time just goes so fast now. But the sad thing about it, she died on the 27th of December, which is like right after Christmas.
Mm.
So
Wasn't it
that
like
would've been
on a
very
plane
sad.
or something? She
Yeah.
had like a heart attack.
Yeah,
It's very
I think it
sad.
was like a stroke on the plane. So she also, like, before she died, she wrote an autobiography, and there was some facts in there that I thought was really funny. So during the filming of Star Wars in 1976, like before it became Star Wars 4, and she said that she had a 3-month affair with co-star Harrison Ford while they were filming.
Wow.
Which I thought was funny, and it goes to show like their chemistry on screen is like genuine, like.
Well, I think
No,
that
I
would have
didn't
been
know
quite
that.
funny because if you think about it, so 76 they were filming A New Hope,
Yeah,
and their characters are very like odds at each other.
yeah,
They've had this, so they're like odds at each other,
yeah,
but they've had this like secret 3-month affair.
yeah.
But then they come back to Star Wars, and George is like, "So I'm gonna write in that you two become a thing."
Yeah. And they're like,
A little bit awkward because we did, but now we've
Yeah.
got to do it on screen.
on the screen. Yeah, which I think was funny. But I never knew that. But I feel like it happens a lot in film and TV. Like, if two people are like
Working
together,
close together.
yeah, then they end up being together. It's like Spider-Man with
Tom Holland and
yeah. Yeah, like it's bound to happen. But I think even like Anakin and Padme had like a thing in real life.
Did they?
I think so. But yeah,
I
it's
have to
bound
check
to
this
happen.
out.
But yeah. So obviously, like, she's like a really iconic character. So like she's had so many scenes, and I thought this would be like a good picture because it's a really, when you think Star Wars and Princess Leia, you think the Leia buttons, and
This is like when we
the
first
white
meet
dress.
her as well.
Yeah, and she's got like all the stormtroopers around her, so I thought it was a good picture. But anyway, so she has like many iconic scenes because she's obviously the princess, and like she's technically Darth Vader's daughter, but she's
What do you mean
also
technically? She is.
I know she is,
She
but
is.
we didn't know that back then.
I know we didn't know that back then, but she
But
is.
also, she's a princess because she's like, Senator Organa is her like acting father. But yeah. So yeah. She's obviously a big character. But for a princess, she is extremely like snippy. She's not afraid to just tell you what she's feeling,
I remember one of my favourite lines in A New Hope from her was, Governor Tarkin.
Yeah.
I thought I could smell your foul stench when I came
Yeah.
on board. And
Yeah.
then he's like, charming.
Yeah.
Till the
like,
last.
to Governor Tarkin, who's like one of the top like officers in the Empire, and she's there like,
I could smell you.
could smell your stench, and I came on board. Yeah. I did actually have that one now.
Oh, good. Well, see, I know.
And then like when Luke Skywalker goes to her cell, and in like stormtrooper armor, and she's like, "Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper?" Like, she's just not afraid to like.
That, huh? Oh, you don't know.
So yeah, I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm in rescue. Obviously the iconic "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope," and then like she puts it into R2. That's just such a cool scene. Another snippy one, Into the Garbage Chute, Flyboy, where they break her out and she's there with like a gun, and she's just like, get in the garbage chute.
She's taking control.
Yeah. I mean, she did a good job, to be fair, but yeah.
Have you got the one with Chewbacca?
Yeah, I was just gonna say
I
that.
was gonna say, I was hoping
See
that
where
one.
she goes. Somebody get this big walking carpet out of my way. I just love it. I love the sass. I think it's funny.
Sassila.
Funny. And in Empire, she calls Han a scruffy looking nerf herder.
Ooh,
like that
scruffy
scene.
looking. So many
Yep.
great quotes.
Yep. Obviously, Star Wars is just the place for quotes.
Yeah.
Then obviously the iconic "I love you, I know." Like, I love that scene. Well, there's two separate scenes, isn't there? Because there's one where
She's like, I love you,
She's
and
like,
on
"I love
Empire, and then
Yeah.
in Return of the Jedi, Han says
when
it.
they're on Endor, then she says I know. And obviously the iconic slave Leia as well, which I've seen many memes of, and obviously lots of guys have crushes on her, on that version of her.
Yep. They do.
So obviously when she was in that disguise, she was like Jabba's slave, and she ends up killing Jabba in that scene where she's like throws a chain around him and he's like,
Striking him.
yep. So I thought that was a very badass scene.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's the scene where she's in that disguise like a bounty hunter. I think it's called Boosh. She has like the thermal detonator. She's got Chewbacca like cuffed up.
Yade.
Yada.
Yada.
So I thought that was like kind of really brave of her to like, you know, bring Chewbacca in, for him to even want to do that after she called him a walking carpet. But I feel like you forgave her for that. But yeah, like for her to go through all that, go to Jabba, who is, you know,
Massive crime lord.
yeah, like
of the underworld.
I would not want to approach him. And like I know he's a slug, but he has like, you know, contacts everywhere. He's got Boba Fett by his side, like everything. So I would not have the balls to do that, but Princess Leia does. And you know, she ends up saving Han from the carbonate from that. That's a really good scene. Where he can't see. But yeah. So she's just a real badass character, and I really like her.
Yep. An iconic character as well.
She's like, I feel like you can kind of tell with Kenobi as well when they made her like younger version of her. She has elements of Anakin, but also elements of Padme as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she's like the perfect mix of them, really.
She's the perfect combo.
Yeah, but I think she's really cool.
Yeah.
She's also obviously Carrie Fisher. She was also in Blues Brothers as well, and I know this isn't Star Wars related, but I found out earlier that she got proposed to by Dan Aykroyd, which I thought was a fun fact.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know it's
crazy.
But yeah, she. It's kind of sad that she's died, because like she brought so much to this character, and obviously like she was in the sequels as well. Like they brought her back. And then like they made the sort of CGI version of her because they had to make her look younger, you know, and they made her like turn into a Jedi. She had like a lightsaber and everything. So I thought that was quite cool how they like gave her like a bit more of a backstory after everything happened, where Luke kind of trained her up to be a Jedi and stuff. I thought that was cool as well.
She was quite good from what, you know, obviously she beat Luke in the fight, and you know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Very cool character.
Yeah.
Okie
dokie. So mine, I'm going for someone close to home.
Yeah.
For us from Bristol. This is Dave Prowse.
Yes.
I had to go for this guy. I was like, you know, when we were discussing doing this episode, I was like, I want to do it on this guy. And as well, I've got to say, I've learned a lot of things today about him that I did not know.
Yeah.
But yeah, just
Respect.
so if you don't know, Dave Prowse was the guy who was in the Vader suit for the majority of the time.
Yeah.
So he was the like physical embodiment of Vader.
hmm
Obviously, we all know James Earl Jones did the voice. But yeah, obviously Dave was the like person behind it.
Yeah. And
Um,
he's from Bristol.
he's from Bristol. Yeah.
And my grandma went to school with him. I feel like everyone in Bristol
I was
like,
just about to
knows
say
him.
everyone who's on the older side of Bristol,
Yeah.
has got some story
Yeah.
with
Whether they met
Dave.
him or-
We went to school together. My mum went to his dance class or something like that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
It's like everyone knows him. So yeah, quite funny. He was born 1st of July 1935. And again, I didn't realise this. I thought he died like later. He died 28th of November 2020. I didn't realise it was like that recent.
Yeah.
I know that sounds like not fit, but I thought he would have died. Like when people say, "Oh, Dave Preston," I thought it would have. If I was to say a year, I'd have said like 2016, something like that. You know,
Yeah.
crazy.
Like I thought it was around about the time of Carrie Fisher, but yeah.
No, he was a bodybuilder, a strongman, and a weightlifter. He was 6'6", so big lad.
Mhm.
He won the British Heavyweight Weightlifting Championship in 62, 63 and 64. Represented England in the Commonwealth Games in 62 in the wrestling event.
Yeah.
You know, like he's had a bit of a career, mind. I know not. I have got a lot on Star Wars on him, but I've got some. I just want to sort of go into the guy himself. You know, became friends with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Lou Ferrigno. So for those of you who don't know who Lou is, he's like the original Incredible Hulk.
Mhm.
The like big muscly Hulk.
Yeah.
That's Lou. So, you know, those are big names that, you know, he became friends with. For us sort of UK guys, he was the Green Cross Code man. Which was educating people about like the
Crossing the road.
and safety and all that. And he had quite a bit of he had a chance to be some big names in like films. So he was in Clockwork Orange as a manservant. He like carries in someone, and that is the role where George Lucas like noticed him and was like, I think this guy would be a really good Darth Vader, which is really cool.
Yeah. Well, apparently he gave him the option of Chewbacca or Darth Vader, and he was like, well, what's a Chewbacca? And he said, like, it's like a gorilla.
It's like
type.
a big hairy thing that goes around with the good guys.
Yeah, and he was like, nah, I'll go for the bad guy.
Well, what's the other role? And he was like, the main villain. He's like, say no more.
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
He played a Minotaur in a Doctor Who episode in 72.
Oh.
Minotaur, yeah. He was in an episode of Space 99 right before he became Darth Vader. Now, these two, I think, are really cool. Like, cool little things to say. He nearly became Jaws in the James Bond films. So, you know that, like, massive guy that's, like hard as nails?
Yeah.
It was nearly him. And he turned down the role of Conan the Barbarian. And he didn't want to do it. And Arnold took it on. And that sort of grew Arnold's name. You know, think how differently it could have been if, you know, Dave Prowse from Bristol with his Bristolian accent was Conan the Barbarian. But yeah, he had like other little cameos and roles over the years. Nothing like Star Wars, though. This was what he is known for. Upon Prowse's death, George Lucas stated that David brought a physicality to Darth Vader that was essential for the character. He made Vader leap off the page and onto the big screen with an imposing stature and movement performance to match the intensity and undercurrent of Vader's presence. David was up for anything and contributed to the success of what would become a memorable, tragic figure. I think it's quite interesting that George Lucas said that about him, because apparently these two had a bit of a falling out.
Yeah.
Because it was alleged that he had leaked to the press that Darth Vader dies in like the film.
Yeah.
And it apparently, from now again, I'm not quoting, I'm not saying this is what happened, but apparently it wasn't Dave, and it was someone from the technical crew that leaked it from documents that have been found, but that's hearsay. But yeah, they had a bit of a falling out. Also, nothing against Dave, but he had a very distinct, shall we say, West Country, Bristolian accent.
Yep.
And if you've ever seen any of the clips because obviously to help the other actors, Dave spoke all the lines on set, and obviously some of the footage is quite funny a little bit because it's just not Darth Vader. I'm sorry. He has the right form and figure. It wasn't the voice, but
like start tearing the ship apart piece by piece. Find the passengers in this vessel. I want them alive.
Yeah, no, it didn't work. Yeah. And he was a little bit disappointed
he
with
needed that scary voice.
Yes, he needed the thing. This is quite interesting. So, in Empire, in the lightsaber fight scenes, Prowse, who was not a very skilled swordsman, he kept breaking the staffs that were used as the lightsabers. He just wasn't, like a trained sword guy. So he kept breaking them. So they then replaced the fight scenes with Bob Anderson, who was the scene's fight choreographer, stuntman, and fencing coach. This guy was a proper fencer, was a proper swordsman.
Yeah.
Prowse felt sidelined by Anderson during the making of Return of the Jedi, in particular, and said he was only able to persuade director Richard Marquand that he should be the one to throw the Emperor down the shaft after Marquand had tried and failed for a week to film the scene successfully without him. Mm-hmm. So basically they couldn't get lifting the Emperor up right, and chucking him down the shaft. So Dave was like, look, just let me come back in and I'll show you how it's done. Yeah. 2002, I like this one. In 2002, David Prowse became an honorary member, an honorary leader of the 501st Legion. Mm-hmm. So he is a part of the 501st Legion, the cosplaying group. Very cool. I'm glad that they made him an honorary member and leader. Yeah. In July 2007, Prowse joined many others from the Star Wars films for the first ever Star Wars celebration outside of the States, in London. Because because I think the one in last year was the third in the UK.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was at the first. Very cool. This is a bit of a sad one. In July 2010, Prowse was banned by George Lucas from attending official Star Wars fan conventions. Lucas had given Prowse no reason but other than stating that Prowse burnt too many bridges with Lucasfilm and himself. So I do feel a bit sad because you think of all those other celebrations he could have gone to and been at, and just a bit sad, really, that him and George had this sort of
Yeah.
tended past, considering the character that he brought to life.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Mm.
That's David Prowse for you there. And then here is a picture of him from Empire. I do really like this picture, actually.
Yeah.
It's very imposing and very...
It's very shiny and
menacing.
glossy.
Yeah.
Got all the sea of troopers behind him.
Very good. Now, your last one.
Yep. So I've chosen to do Grief Karga. Carl Weathers passed away the 1st of Feb. So very recent and very sad. Especially if you grew up watching a lot of this guy's films. He's most well known for Rocky, Happy Gilmore, and Predator. So he's worked with really well-known people. He's worked with Sylvester Stallone. He's worked with Arnold Schwarzenegger again, and who else was it? Obviously, Adam Sandler and stuff as well.
Yeah.
But there's so many films that we grew up watching this guy, and even all the new Creed films and stuff. He's been in those because he was Apollo Creed. So we just can't really believe it. But he was also Grief Karga in The Mandalorian, which it may not be his most well-known role, but Star Wars fans would know him from that. And I think there's a lot of scenes from The Mandalorian that really make you enjoy the episode, makes you smile. There's a lot of funny bits. Also, he was 76 when he died, so very sad. Not as old as you should have been. So I'm just gonna say some well-known scenes and stuff that he did in Mandalorian that I thought was really funny and my favorite scenes. There's one in season 1, which I think is really funny. So he's injured his arm and he has cuts on it, and then this is where Grogu kind of gets up and starts to show his powers. So he holds up his little hands, and Grief Karga goes, "He's trying to eat me." And then obviously he's trying to heal his wound, and then when it heals, then he just kind of looks at his arm and looks around oh my god, how has he done that? And then obviously Grogu does his classic goes to fall asleep. But it's just one of those funny things, he's trying to eat me when clearly he's not. He's just got his hand on him. But I just thought it was a really cute moment, and it's one of those moments that make you really appreciate Grogu, because he's so cute and he's so helpful. He's just trying to heal him. He's I know you're a good guy, I'll heal you.
And another guy that I saw at Celebration on stage came out with Moff Gideon, and it's just you look back now and it's God.
Yeah, it is very sad.
Less than a year later, we've lost
I know.
2 people that was like big names there. Like,
I know.
very sad.
Yeah. Yeah. There's I'll just go off doing some more scenes. So we've got another one from season 1 of Mando. I think it's towards the end where they're like on the little boat thing, and he's like, "How are we gonna do this?" And he's like, "Get the baby to do the magic hand thing." And then he like looks over at Grogu and he goes, "Hey baby, do the magic hand thing." And he like waves to him with his hand, and then Grogu's like, "Ah," and then like waves back to him, but he doesn't understand that he's trying to tell him like, use the force, help us out. He's just like thinking he's waving at him. So he just sticks up his little 3 fingers and just says, "Ah," and waves back.
Do the magic hand thing.
Yeah, and he's like, "Ah," you can start doing the magic hand. Then season what was it? Season 3. The newest season. There's obviously they go back to Navarro, and then he's not Grief Karga anymore, he's Magistrate Karga. So he's like, he's got his like promotion and such, so Magistrate Grief Karga. And I just thought it was a really cool scene where like Mando's there, he's like looking at the statue, and then he's got little Grogu in the like pram thing, and then Grief Karga comes, well, Magistrate Grief Karga comes downstairs, and he's got like this big cape on, and like these like sort of chain with like metal bits on it. And I just thought like it looks a lot better. Like, you know, when people have like these costume changes and stuff, and I'm just thinking, oh, he looks really cool. There you go. This is outfit. I'm just like, yeah, he deserves that. Like, he's a really good character. Like, you know, he's done a lot for the rebels and stuff. And he's always been there to help out Mando. Like, from season 1 where he's like, "You got any jobs for me?" and he'll give him like the bounty coins. And then like all the way through, he's just been by Mando's side. been nothing but helpful. So it's like he's finally getting like promotion. He's got a really nice little cape going. And then there's a scene where there's like some pirates that are in the area, and they're like, "This used to be the place where we hang out." And he's like, "Yeah, but now it's a school." And they have like a sort of little standoff, which is very kind of Clint Eastwood, Cad Bane kind of style.
Mm-hmm.
And he lets the pirates go, which you probably shouldn't have. But, you know, at the end of the day, he's trying to make peace in his area. He's like, "Look, I don't want to cause no trouble. Just like get out of here and we'll be good," you know. Mm-hmm. And of course it's a school as well, so he wants to like, you know, keep the area nice. He's giving people an education and everything, and I think he's doing good in Navarro.
He is.
Yeah. And in the end, they got IG-11 come back as their, I guess, like security droid.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think there's a lot of good scenes with Grief Karga. And I really don't know what they're going to do now without him, because, you know, we've got this Mando movie coming up. I don't know if he's filmed anything for that.
I don't think they've filmed anything for it yet. I think they'll kill him off screen or something.
Yeah, like maybe they'll write him off, or maybe there'll be a scene where you just sort of see the back of him and then he gets cut by a lightsaber or something. Like, I don't know, but I think they made him like a really cool character in Mando, and it's just a shame that he's not, you know, been able to do any more. Like, it's a very similar situation to Babe and Skull. Like, we don't know if they're gonna, you know,
they're not gonna do any more.
What they're gonna do with him to kind of write him out of the story as such. Also, another fact I found out about him: he used to play American football back in the 70s, which I didn't know until today. But yeah, he was an American football player. Grief Karga. Cool. Not Grief Karga. Carl Weathers. I keep calling them the character name. So yeah, that's it.
Cool. All right. Shall we do Troopers of the Week?
Yes.
Okie dokie. I'll go first if you like.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll just get that ready for afterwards. Right. So my troop of the week goes by the name Darth Rage or Darth Rage Reviews.
Okay.
He does like cosplays and like commissions. He's part of the 501st.
Mhm.
But he did this video that I saw the other day, and it was very. He has a very good Cody. So I'm just showing you that.
That's very good.
That is a very good looking Cody.
Wow.
I have seen some good Codys, but I think that is up there.
Definitely.
And I was just like, that's very cool. So that is a guy that I might try and get us on the podcast because
That would be very
it
cool.
is-
We've never had a Cody.
we've not had a Cody. No, we
No,
haven't had a
we
212.
Yeah, we've not had 212.
But it is sick and it just looks awesome.
Yeah.
So Darth Rage, you are my trooper of the week.
Very cool. I found one. It's quite relevant to Valentine's Day. So there's this artist called Ashley Rain Art. She's on Instagram, and she paints these really cool pictures. And usually it'll be like, I don't know, Chewbacca sat down, and then in the background it'll be like a fireplace, and like it'll be wearing like slippers and stuff. And she's made like Darth Vader doing golf and stuff. There's some really fun ones. But I thought I'd show this one. So this is like one of her most recent ones for Valentine's Day. And it's R2D2 with a balloon that says, "You are too cute."
No.
So I thought that was really cute. And like all the details on the balloon and everything there was so good.
That is
it actually
very
looks
detailed.
So shiny. But yeah, I thought that was funny. Like, you are too cute. So I thought I'd stick with the Valentine's kind of
Very
theme.
nice. I like
And
it.
I did that one.
We've stuck with the Valentine's for meme of the week.
Yes, so we do actually have a baby. So I found this one. It's Anakin saying, "What have I done?" And they've like sort of photoshopped him with chocolate on his mouth and a pack of cookies that's empty, and it says, "Me opens new package of cookies. Also me. I'll just have a few. 15 minutes later, what have I done?" And he's eaten the whole pack.
Yeah. It happens. It happens to
Yeah.
the best of us.
And very relevant to us eating the cookie
Yes.
because it was gone within a couple of days. And
Yes, and it was very nice and it was
Yeah.
banging, and
it was so good.
I want to get another one.
When's the next occasion?
Yes. So I do like this one. This one's a good one. Very
Yeah.
relevant as well.
I feel like we've all been there.
We have. But yeah, that's going to be it from us today. We hope you've enjoyed this episode. I know it's been a little sad with talking about people that aren't here, but at the end of the day, their characters have been inspirational into and the actors and actresses themselves. And this might be a second part that we do to this, because there is so many more that we could mention in terms of people that just aren't here, but that will live on in their characters.
Yeah.
So that's it from us today. We will be back next Thursday with Bad Batch episode 1, 2, 3 review. Yes. Breakdown. We're going to be very busy.
Very excited.
I can't wait. It's going to be good.
We've got Wolf. We've got Crosshair coming
We
back.
don't know what's
Oh my
happening.
gosh.
We don't know what's happening. It's all kicking off.
Well, I will say, I think it was Disney. They posted a post the other day, and
Oh,
To put how many
I
days?
showed you. There's 1 week to go,
Crosshairs in it.
and the picture is like Wrecker jumping onto the ship, and in the picture is Crosshair. And it's like you're not
They're
even
not
hiding
hiding.
it now.
He's coming back.
He's coming back to the batch.
Who I want to come back is Tech.
He's not coming
I
back.
want him to come
I'm
back.
sorry, he's not coming back. I might be wrong next week, and if he is back, I will apologise. I don't think if he does come back, he won't be revealed in the first 3 episodes. But he's not coming back. I'm sorry.
If he comes back, you owe me a cookie.
If he comes back, I will get you a cookie, like we just had, and it will say on it, "Tech is back."
Yeah.
All right, deal?
Yeah.
So there you are. You've seen it. You've heard it. Right. But yeah, so next week we'll be back with a Bad Batch episode breakdown. It might be a little bit longer next week because there's 3 episodes to talk about. So we'll see you then.
Yeah.
And